Perhaps as early as March next year, the local guides to what's on in Riyadh and Jeddah, which have been hitherto slender journals, will need to add a cinema section. 35 years after cinemas were banned in the kingdom for fear that they might function as founts of entertainment, discussion, the amiable mingling of genders and who knows what other depravities, they are to be reopened.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't watched it.
Believe what?
I don't know, I wasn't watching.
Oh!
This is the latest in a series of reforms attributed to the kingdom's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, 32-year-old heir to his 81-year-old father, King Salman. Prince Mohammed appears disinclined to wait for the mechanics of succession to deliver him to the throne before setting about the task of dragging Saudi Arabia into roughly the 1890s, and the present occupant seems content to let him get on with it.
Long live the king!
Long live the king! Long live the king!
Among other advances attributed to Prince Mohammed have been a decision to permit women to drive cars and to allow women into sports stadiums. He has also conducted a somewhat theatrical purge of allegedly corrupt businessmen and aristocrats, though it might be reasonably argued that this is a bit ripe coming from a state which exists principally to perpetuate the wealth and power of one family. Prince Mohammed also wishes to liberalise the kingdom's sclerotic economy, in part by building an immense independent economic zone on the Gulf of Aqaba.
Good idea, O Lord.
Of course it's a good idea!
The opening of Saudi cinemas is no small part of this ambition. It is hoped that 2,000 screens will be ablaze by 2030, filled by a local industry worth $24 billion, employing perhaps 30,000 people.
What's it say?
Well, it says, I love it when a plan comes together.
Such efforts have seen Prince Mohammed labelled, not least by Prince Mohammed himself, as a moderate. In this, as in all cases, it is worth remembering that moderate is a relative term. If Prince Mohammed harbours any particular regard for political parties, trades unions, free press, peaceable assembly, gay people and human rights generally, he has been thus far silent on these subjects. It seems likely that Saudi cinemas, once open for business, will be segregated by gender.
Women and children only! Step back, sir. Come through, madam.
But as Prince Mohammed might reasonably retort, Rome was not rebuilt in a day. The question remains open, however, of exactly where he thinks he's going with all this. If one takes the not uncommon view that Saudi Arabia is a brutal and/or absurd tyranny which has been overindulged far too long because of the bounty beneath its sands, much of Prince Mohammed's rhetoric sounds encouraging. He has acknowledged that his country is not normal, that's his own choice of understatement, and has explicitly blamed for this state of affairs its submission to the theocratic absolutism which has swept the Middle East since the 1979 revolution in Saudi Arabia's great rival Iran. He has also observed that he is himself a member of that plentiful, thwarted and dissatisfied generation born during that period, natives of a connected world who know what they're missing out on.
Ariel, are you okay? If only I could make him understand. I just don't see things the way he does. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
Prince Mohammed's reforms are obviously welcome, or perhaps all things considered, welcome-ish. If he makes Saudi Arabia more like the United Arab Emirates or Qatar, and less like Saudi Arabia, that will be a good thing for Saudis and for everyone else. But Prince Mohammed's programme is best understood as an exercise in self-preservation. Though the Arab monarchies all survived the Arab Spring, the discontent which animated the revolt nearly 7 years ago remains at large in the countries over which they reign. Prince Mohammed appears to understand that 1. It is not unimaginable that the Saudi people may grow tumultuously impatient, and 2. Which family of oil-soaked plutocrats most stand to lose should that occur. As a young heir apparent, Prince Mohammed faces both the luxuries and the hazards of a long rule. For Monocle 24, I'm Andrew Miller.